everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I thought I would just show you guys my everyday makeup routine, kind of like the makeup that I do, just to make myself feel a bit more alive and more confident in my own skin. I can do this makeup in like 10 minutes. It's great for when I'm going to college and when I'm like struggling last minute to go to get to work on time. First step is to get all of my hair off my face. I'll always put my moisturizer on. I use the Cetaphil moisturising lotion. This stuff is so good, and it's the only moisturiser that I found that does not break me out. So I mainly use these two, which are the Revlon Photo Ready Candid collection. I love these two. These two are amazing. You can kind of see like in the tube, the concealer looks darker than a foundation, but on the skin, they're basically the same colour. I didn't get it to highlight or anything like that, but I got 120, which I think is the lightest shade, and I'm definitely not the lightest of humans. So I definitely say they could do like a bit of a lighter shade range, but I've never tried a Revlon foundation. This was my first one, and I'm gonna say, guys, it's really good. And I just pump a pump onto my finger, and I just dot that on my face. I actually think this was too much. And then I just take a foundation brush, just because this is a lot quicker than using a sponge, especially when you're in a rush. You can kind of see like it kind of matches, but it's still a tad bit light, as in the foundation shade. It's a tiny bit light for my actual skin tone at the moment, but once it's powdered and had bronzer on, it looks really good. So when I'm in a rush, I always reach for a foundation brush. I'm using the Doll 10 number 3 brush, which is dual-ended with a concealer and foundation brush on. But I also use my Tarte brushes a lot, as you guys know, but they're like dirty at the moment. They really need to be washed. So yeah. So as you can see, this foundation isn't like cover all. You can still see where my blemishes are, where my skin texture is. It's not full coverage by any means, but it just looks really nice and pretty on the skin. I like the way it sits on my skin. Like, it really doesn't sit on top of the skin, it kind of sinks in, which is what I want. And I'm taking the concealer. I have the shade 022, and I just pop a little bit of this on my chin or my nostrils, because my nostrils are always so red. And then wherever like I want to cover my blemishes a little bit, as well as under my eyes, of course. I would say I think this foundation not oxidizes, but once it's dry, it sets a tinge darker than when you first put it on your skin. So definitely take that into consideration. And then I use the brush for like my face, and then for my eyes, I just take my sponge. This is the Real Techniques sponge. I just love using this under my eyes. I just feel like it always makes my concealer look better. I've tried using a brush under my eyes and I just don't like it. And then I always take the sponge and I just kind of dab it over my skin, just to make sure that everything is nicely and pushed into my skin. Then I'm taking my Revolution powder. This is actually the Lace baking powder, which, as you guys can see, I have very little left. I put it into this this old Revolution powder packaging, just because it's easier to use that way. Taking a bigger kabuki brush. First things first, I set my under eyes first all the time. I just sweep that right underneath my eyes and right close to my eyes, and make sure it's set really nicely, and then any excess is used to just set my cheek. I kind of do things in a weird order, I'm not gonna lie, because then I take my eyebrow powder. This is the Makeup Obsession brow powder in soft brown, and I take the darker shade. The reason why the lighter shade is so hit pan on is because when I was blonde, I had this and I used the lighter shade to do my brows. Obviously, no longer blonde, haven't been blonde for a while now. But so the brunette shade comes in. I'd still say though the soft brown works for me, and I do still use the lighter shade, just very little. Hopefully you guys can kind of tell it's just a really soft brow. And if you guys are nervous about getting into brows but you feel like your face will look better with brows, powder is definitely the way to go, because you can just literally wipe if you go outside of a line too much. It's really easy to clean up. And then if I had any left, I would use Benefit Gimme Brow over the top of this, but like I said, I don't have any left. I'm out. I need to buy some more, to be fair. I'm going to use the Pixi by Petra clear brow gel. It doesn't matter which clear brow gel you use. I personally don't think anyway, like I can buy a £2 collection or drugstore clear mascara or brow gel and it will work perfectly fine. So any brow gel doesn't have to be expensive in my opinion. Then I'm going to take bronzer. This is MAC Miro Skin Finish in medium deep. We can see there's there's pan in here. I am flipping between this and my Kiko bronzer at the moment, depending on what my mood is, but I will say like I'm slowly edging out of using this one because you can kind of see from the difference from my face and this in the pan. It just isn't the perfect match for me, but I would say that my Kiko one is still a tinge too light, so I'm just waiting for myself to go a little bit paler, and then I'll be using my Kiko one probably on a daily basis, but for now my MAC one definitely is a better colour. On camera, I just want to say on camera, this like comes off so orange, whereas in person it's not orange. I should probably explain that. And then pretty much the rest of this is just mascara and this Tarte palette at the moment. This Tarte palette is in my project pan, so that's why I'm trying to use it quite a lot. And if I'm not upstairs getting ready, I just use the mirror in this palette because this mirror is normally so dirty. So I just like wipe across it pretty much every day. I take a fan brush. This is a Luxie 560 medium fan brush. There's mixed opinions on fan brushes, I know. Personally, they aren't my favourite, but with this highlighter it's fine to use a fan brush, but I definitely think with like looser formulated highlighters, they just kind of flick everywhere all over your face when you use a fan brush, so depends on the formula. The finest step is I just take this darker shadow. I've been doing this a lot recently on an angled brush. You can say a brow brush. This is a Primark brush. I literally just draw a wing, and it's really easy using the angle of your brush. And these wings literally take me, I'm going to say like 20 seconds on each side, 30 seconds on each side, depending on if they're a little bit wonky. But they don't take long. I just curl my lashes. And recently I've been loving like a brown wing, but I do also do coloured wings. Sometimes I do purple, sometimes I do pink, sometimes I do blue. When you guys see my Panis eyeshadows update, you'll see I use some of the glittery formulas to do wings as well. And thick. There we go. I'm someone who loves lower lash mascara. If you guys aren't, then don't do it, but I know there's such mixed opinions about lower lash mascara, but personally I love it. And then I don't really apply a lip product, I just put on lip balm, but I will show you a few lip products that I'm loving at the moment. I have two lip glosses, Becca in Fallen Angel, stunning lip gloss, and Bare Minerals Heartbreaker gloss. Then lipstick wise, I've been loving Charlotte Tilbury's Hello Talk, which looks like that, it's like a pinky nude. And then my little mini MAC lipstick, which is a satin formula in Twig, which is a proper like autumnal winter deep cherry kind of shade. And then if I want a browner nude, I've been loving Syrup from the Sofx Makeup Revolution range. Such a lovely formula. Again, this is a cream based formula, and just for the sake of this video I'm going to put on some of my Becca gloss because my lips are still still quite dry. Okay. Ow. And that is everything. This is kind of like what my day-to-day makeup looks like. Yeah, pretty much a focus on having soft glowy skin and then just a wing to add shape and definition to my eyes. Yeah, it's really simple, really quick and easy to do, and if I'm having better skin days I just don't use foundation, I use just concealer, but this is only when I'm leaving my house, so I tend to do this a lot for college. It's really quick and easy to do for college and also for work. But of course I still play with my eyeshadow palettes and I still do extreme eye makeup looks all the time. I just find it fun and I enjoy doing it, so of course I do it quite a lot still, but this is kind of like just when I'm chill and I just want to have a little bit of oomph to my face. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here and would like to see more videos from me, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Bye!